From the forthcoming release from London, Call That Girl. That one is called Far Away. And boy, Nader has retained his chops, whether you like the poppier sound or not. But boy, that guy still could sing.
Sounds good, man. No complaints here.
So, love that guy. I like the fact that he's still out there just doing it and doing it for his own entertainment.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
So, good stuff there.
Dude, what is Lost Behind the Wall your favorite Dokken tune?
It's one of them. Yeah, it's definitely one of them.
I know you have the tattoo. What is your favorite? If you had to pick one, you could only hear one ever again.
Probably my all-time favorite is The Lesser of Two Evils.
Okay. Interesting.
Why?
I'm just curious because you play Lost a lot. I figured, and I know you have the tattoo, so I figured that might be it.
No, I like that song a lot. I think that, kind of for me personally, I think that encapsulated an era or a time, because obviously that is about tearing down the Berlin Wall.
Sure.
And the thing is it's got a very good message there that what's the point in living if you have no hope?
Yeah, no, I get it, especially these days.
Well, that's kind of where I go with that. And it's just like it's better to die than to live without hope. So if you've got no hope or you've got no reason to live, why bother?
Right. No, I agree.
So for me, when I heard that message, 30 years ago, it was just like, yeah, I get that. It's like, why? What's the point? Why do you continue living if there's no reason to live?
Right. I'm with you. I agree.
So if and when things really turn bad and there's really no point living, I have no qualms about taking myself out.
Keep one in the chamber.
Yep, exactly.
I hear you.
And that's not a morbid way of thinking, I don't think. It's just like, why bother?
Yeah, why stay around and be unhealthy in a fucking hospital or hospice or whatever? Just end it. I'm hopeful I have some friend that'll just pillow me. Be done with it.
Exactly.
But I would have to say, if I had to pick a Dokken tune, this probably surprise you because it's an easy pick for me, but it's one we almost never play on the show. My favorite Dokken tune is Sleepless Nights.
Oh, yeah?
Love that fucking song. I love Don's vocal, and I love fucking Lynch's guitars in that tune. It's just such a cool, different song than most of the Dokken stuff.
Uh-huh.
And always been my favorite. Since that album came out, it's been my favorite tune. And I listen to it a lot.
Well, I've made no secret about it that probably my favorite Dokken record is Dysfunctional.
Mm-hmm.
But the Back for the Attack release has a lot of dark content in it.
Yeah, Back for the Attack is by far my favorite by them.
And I remember back like it was yesterday when Back for the Attack came out. I went to a Sam Goody in the mall out in California and bought the vinyl.
Right.
Because vinyl was still prevalent at that time, and I still have it today. And believe it or not, there's still the cellophane wrap on it.
Really?
Yeah, I just kind of cut the opening of the album, but the cellophane is still intact on it.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah. Yep. And then when Don's solo record came out in 91, the Up From the Ashes,
yeah,
I bought that in the long box. Remember the big controversy about the long box, how wasteful it was and how it was killing the environment and it was terrible. And remember everybody was up in arms about the long box selling CDs in that cardboard box because it had to stick up in the CD rack so you could flip through the CDs to see.
Right.
That's just how crazy the mania was.
Dude, I have my own bitches with the long box. The long box got me arrested once for trying to steal. I was trying to steal ZZ Top's Afterburner CD.
Yeah, the after what was the big popular one?
Eliminator.
So that was the follow up to Eliminator.
That was the one with the big hits like Sleeping Bag and Rough Boy.
Right, exactly. I'm a rough boy.
It's a shit album, actually, considering everything else in their catalog is great, and then that one is some poppy bullshit. But I got nailed by the store detective because I couldn't get the fucking long box down my pants. I had to lift my fucking shirt too high. So I'm standing in the aisle, like lifting a shirt almost all the way up to get the box down into the pants to steal the disc, and sure as shit I got nailed.
Nice.
I was right at the door of the store, and the fucking security guy put his hand on my shoulder and was like, no, stop.
It's so good.
Fuck. All right. But yeah, the long box fucking did me in.
Yeah. Well, I'm being corrected in the chat room. It was 1990, not 1991.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah, you should know better.
Yeah. But after my long box fiasco, that's when I learned to start bringing scissors with me when I was stealing shit, so that I could cut the boxes. Or once that, it was shortly after that they switched to the plastic. The plastic.
Yeah. They had the plastic holders that they had to unclip at the register.
Yeah, but it had a little bar that went across the back of the CD, and if you cut the bar, you could just pop it right out.
Right.
I learned that very quick.
Well, I worked in a record store, back in the early 80s. What was it, like 83, 84?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when CDs first came out.
Right.
And we had the long box, but they were experimenting with the little plastic holder thing at that time as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember that the long box was the way that they they vended the CDs at the music stores, because they put them in the little troughs.
Right.
And you had to flip through them and stuff. And I remember the environmentalists just being so up in arms about it. Oh, what a waste. What is environmentally killing us? Look at all the trees that they're using to vend these CDs. Why can't they just vend them in the rack, That just cracked me up at that time. And I don't know why that I found that funny, but even today, I still think about the big backlash about the long box.
Oh, dude, if you look back at the controversies of every era, it's always stupid shit. It's always stupid bullshit that really doesn't affect anybody worth a fuck.
Yeah. Well, what makes me laugh is, even though we have a lot of listeners who are in our era,
yeah,
we have a lot of listeners that came along way after this stuff was an issue.
Sure.
And they listen to us and go, what the fuck are those guys talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Because, take Kendall, for example.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, 22?
Yeah.
She wasn't even born when most of this stuff happened.
The only way she's seen a long box is if it's on sale on eBay.
Exactly.
It's the only way she's ever seen that. She's probably never seen a phone on a wall.
Of course.
Think about it. 23 years ago, we were already into cell, weren't we? Or
oh, yeah, absolutely.
Cordless, for sure. We already had cordless. She's probably never seen never dialed a phone. Don't you think?
Well, I wouldn't think so, because I literally have not had a quote-unquote home phone in 20 years.
Yeah, it's been forever and ever. Dude, she's probably never lived in a home without a computer.
You're probably right about that as well.
She probably doesn't know anything of that. She probably doesn't remember black and white TV.
Oh, well, why would she? I mean, black and white TV, they came out in color with color TVs in the 60s, but
right.
They became more prevalent, more so in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty much the standard in the 80s.
Yeah, everybody had a black and white in their garage.
Sure.
Remember, everybody had a little, like a 10-inch TV in their garage. I don't know what size it was. It might have been bigger than 10-inch, but it was a little small one.
It was probably 23-inch.
Yeah, and that was, because the husbands were so beat down by their cunt wives that they'd go sit in the fucking garage to watch the ball game.
Right, on a black and white TV.
Yeah, so that they could drink a beer and have a cigar or something. Dude, was your dad one of those? My dad was definitely one of those.
My dad was pretty straight laced.
My dad was pretty straight. I mean, he drank a little bit, but my mom would not let him smoke in the house. He's a smoker, and my mom wouldn't let him smoke in the house. So every time like one of his friends or something would come over, it was out to the garage to watch TV and have a cig.
Of course. Yeah. The den of iniquity.
Yeah,
the garage.
But that was a thing. Remember that, dude? The garage was not just a place that you parked a car. That was a legitimate room.
It was a gathering place.
It was. You'd sit in the garage and listen to baseball games or watch the football game on Sunday, and we all had those dumbass fucking extremely dangerous kerosene heaters.
Well, see, you bring up a good point.
Yeah.
Because, and as misogynistic as this may sound,
mm-hmm.
but that was the era when men were men. They were all about engines and tools and horsepower and football and man stuff, fuck you up shit.
Yeah, guns.
Yeah, guns and tools.
Right.
Because that was a thing. Because even when I was a teenager, I think when I was 13, I'm going to say 13, I got my first Craftsman tool set.
Nice.
I did.
And you learned how to use it.
I did. I did my first tune-up on a Chevy 250 when I was 10 years old.
Jeez.
10 years old. I changed the spark plugs. I changed the wires. I set the points gap and changed the distributor cap. I know all that stuff sounds foreign today. You don't do that. But I did that, my first one, at like 10 years old.
Yeah, my dad must have been a fag because I never did any of that stuff.
Yeah, Chevy inline 250, 6-cylinder inline 250. I did my first tune-up at 10.
Yeah, I never did no tune-up. My dad was horrible with cars. He would try to do them, but he would always fuck up his car. So I never, my mom wouldn't let me, like, he'd be out there cranking on whatever the fuck he'd be doing. He had an old, it was like a 74 Mustang, and it was this hideous fucking brown. It was like you go to the length to buy a really nice car, but then you buy it with the world's worst fucking color, a brown Mustang. Just ridiculous. But he'd be out there working on it, and my mom always made me like come in the house instead of, I always wanted to because I was a little kid. I wanted to get out there and fucking do whatever. But my mom would make me come in because he would be cussing too much. And she didn't want me hearing him saying, "Oh, this fucking thing," and banging on shit and throwing shit and whatever.
That reminds me of what is that movie, The Christmas Story?
Yeah.
Where he's out there helping his dad change the tire and he throws the lug nuts in the snow and he goes, "Oh, fuck."
Right.
Only I didn't say fudge. I said fuck.
Right.
But, that was back in the day when guys were guys, man.
Yeah, sure was.
And you go out to the garage and you drink a beer and you smoke a cigar or a cigarette. You watch the ball game. You talk about women.
Yeah.
You look at your pinup calendars or whatever it is you had out there.
And that was where your dad told you stuff that he didn't want to say in front of your mom.
Of course.
That was the big thing about the garage, was you could get out there and, I can remember my dad telling me all kinds of shit about, fucking chicks and fucking the first time they suspected me of smoking pot. He's like, "I don't want to say this in front of your mom, but I got a feeling you're smoking the pot."
Sure.
Smoking the weed. And he's like, "You can't be doing that around the house. You can't be." Okay, Dad. But that was always in the garage.
Of course.
Always in the garage.
That's when men were men.
Yep.
We did disgusting things. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Miss those days.
I do too.
And now we do it on Facebook.
Not me. I don't participate at all.
Yeah, well, you don't have nobody to participate with.
I don't give a shit about it. Don't care.
You don't have anybody at all in your zone that you want to partake your knowledge to.
Nope.
You give your knowledge away on this fucking show once a week.
Pretty much.
Yeah. After that, you don't want to deal with anybody.
Nope.
I can't imagine that. Do you even know your pizza guy's name?
No, of course not.
Meanwhile, I'm going to fucking Bob Seger with my pizza guy.
Are you? You're not going with your chick?
Yeah, she's going.
But you're going with the pizza guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He posted on Facebook that his section, he's in section 124 and we're in section 123. So I was like, "Hey dude, you want to hook up before and have a couple of drinks?" He's like, "Fuck yeah." So yeah, I'm going with my pizza guy.
Nice. Good for you.
Why not? Dude, I'm a friendly guy. I make friends with everybody.
That's true.
You wouldn't think it because I come off as such a dick on this show, but I really do make friends with just about everybody.
Sure.
But yeah, I am. I'm going to Seeger with the pizza guy.
Good for you, man. Well, me, on the other hand, I hate my neighbors.
Yeah, wait a minute. Hold on. Before you get to that, I'm going to answer John Bate in the chat room. I friended my pizza guy. You bet I did. And let me just tell you, I'll give this as a lesson I will give to everybody in the CMS. If you order pizza on a regular basis, you would be very smart to do the same. Because my pizza guy brings extra everything every time he comes out. Every single time there's always free breadsticks, free pop, free whatever that comes with the pizza. Because I'm friendly with the pizza guy. So say what you want, that may be a little weird, but I'll take the freebies. And since I'm so fucking skinny, I need that extra bread.
Well, me personally, I'm fascinated by the picture that Phil Ooze posted in the chat room of me railing some girl over a countertop.
Yeah, what's that about?
Did you see that?
Yeah, I see it. Who's the girl?
I have no idea.
Neely.com.
But apparently, I'm like grabbing her hair like the reins of a horse, and I'm railing her from behind.
Yeah, well, that's a fun position.
Wow.
Some chicks like to have their hair pulled.
Well, I'm sure they do. They like the bridle of a horse.
You never pulled a chick's hair like that?
Of course you do.
I was going to say, Jesus. Get your hands up in there and tangle it up. Give it a good pull.
So
pull back on the in thrust so that you get a full fucking back extension there.
There you go.
Fuck yeah. All about that.
Kendall? Yeah, Chris answers the door with his pants down for the pizza guy. Wow.
It's actually one of my books.
Wow.
That's actually from my book.
Is that true?
Yeah, that happened.
All right.
It's in Call Me Chris.
Okay.
I was all when I was stoned on the pain meds. I had to wear that bodysuit that was like slick or whatever, and I was just wearing a pair of sweats, and I went to answer the door, and the fucking pants fell right off. So
who's this chick that Tyrant Eric Dawson posted in the chat room? What's her deal?
Let me see.
She's got tattoos on her snatch, big boobies.
Gee, thanks for the grandmother, Phil Ooze. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I don't know. Looks like my friend AJ's chick. Kind of.
Our fans.
Bunch
of nutty folks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, speaking of chicks.
Yes.
I sent this over to you earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we're moving as a society.
Okay.
And I basically want to bring this up only because I want your poignant comments on this.
Okay.
This is one of the most ridiculous things as far as our society is concerned.
All right.
That I found.
Mm-hmm.
But what can you expect from California? California has become the first state in the U.S. to require, mind you, publicly traded companies to include women on their board of directors.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So
I'm waiting for that announcement.
Yeah. So no matter what your circumstances are or what your company consists of, if you're a publicly traded company, you are required to have a woman on your board of directors. Mm. Governor Jerry Brown signed the new measure, which necessitates at least one female director on the board of each California-based public operations by the end of 2019 into law on Sunday.
That's good idea. Good idea.
Firms will need up to 3 female directors by the end of 2021, depending on the size of their boards. Mm-hmm. Hundreds of companies will be affected by the law, and those who violate it can be fined up to $100,000 for a first violation and up to $300,000 for a second.
Wow.
So if Aiken IT Services were located in California and you had a board of directors, no matter what the circumstances are, you would have to have a woman on board.
Yeah, okay.
No matter what.
Yeah, she'd be the director of sitting over there.
A fourth of publicly held corporations with headquarters in California do not have any women on their boards of directors. Mm-hmm. Democrat State Senator Hannah Beth Jackson, 3 names, mind you, who authored the bill, said getting more women on boards will make firms more successful.
Yeah, that's been proven out in the history of business that women are the answer.
Yeah. So what do we base that on? Mm-hmm. That's the question I have is what do you base that on?
Look, dude, vagina is the most important thing. It doesn't matter what they fucking know or can do. It's as long as there's a vagina in the room, that will make business better. That's what they're saying.
Okay. Miss Jackson argued women are more inclined to be collaborative and more adept to multitasking. That's why they're secretaries.
Yeah. Then why don't these women start their own fucking businesses?
Yeah. She also thinks that having more women in positions of power, that's the key word right there, could have the impact of helping to decrease sexual assault and harassment at the workplaces.
Enough with this bullshit.
Really?
You know what this is going to do? It's going to force people to not go public.
Well, it's going to force people also to just, figure out a way to subvert this.
Mm-hmm. Of course. They're going to put women in fucking bullshit situations that have nothing to do with any real decisions. You'll be the director of fucking pencil purchasing.
Well, you'll be the director of entertainment or food operations on special. Mm-hmm. What was that? The Food and Beverage Administrator.
With
Casino.
Casino, yeah.
Yeah. The Food and Beverage Administrator.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to create bullshit positions. They're just going to allocate $150,000 a year to fucking put this chick and get her the fuck away from you.
Yeah, just to fulfill the requirement.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And what they'll do is then you're going to get no women interviewed at all, because guys don't want that fucking bullshit in their boardroom.
I agree.
Rich guys, they don't want that fucking nonsense. This is just it's a retarded fucking decision by stupid cunt fuck Jerry Brown.
Of course,
he's a fucking turd, man. What happened to that guy?
What do you mean? What happened to him? He was out there back in the 70s when he was the governor of California.
He must have got ass raped by 10 men with large cocks in his fucking teenage years.
Well, back in the 70s, when he was the governor of California then, you know who his chick was back then?
Who?
You don't remember?
Barack Obama?
No.
Who?
It was, what was it? What was her? She's a little overweight. She was way overweight now. What was her name?
Beverly D'Angelo?
No. Singer chick.
Bette Midler?
No.
From the 70s?
Who was her back? The Eagles were her backing band. What's her name?
Linda Ronstadt.
Yeah. That was his chick.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought she was dead.
No, she's not dead. She's just fat now. Seriously. Look her up. Linda Ronstadt. Look her up.
I'm looking her up right now. Oh, yeah. Now she looks like Sally Field if she ate Sally Field.
Pretty much. But that was his chick back in the 70s.
Is that a wig? What a fucking awful head of hair on this broad. Wait a minute. Copy image address. I gotta put this in the chat. You gotta see this fucking hair. This isn't gonna work. I know it ain't gonna work. Enter. Look at that hair.
Yeah, that's her. She looks like Sally Field, like she ate Sally Field.
Yeah. Her head looks like a volcano. Shaped like a fucking... Dude, all I'm waiting for is the fucking UFO to come down on the black side there and go do-do-do-do-do to her fucking head. Old fucking Devil's Tower face. The fuck?
Text Nation in the chat room. Not dead, just fat.
Look at the turkey neck she's got going, too.
I know.
Holy smokes. She better be careful. She's fat with a turkey neck. She might get her head lopped off next month.
But that was Jerry Brown's chick back in the day.
Wow. That's horrible.
But see, this comment alone is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to this comment here.
All right.
Let's see here. It says that she also thinks having more women in positions of power could have the impact of helping to decrease sexual assault and harassment in the workplaces.
How?
That's my point. It's just like if a chick is attractive, guy says, hey, I have a boner for you, but since you're in a position of power, it's diminished quite a bit.
Yeah. Who doesn't want to make a chick with a fucking position of power their bitch?
Right.
I think it'd create more.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Yeah, it's like, I want to fucking rail her hard and make her call me daddy since she fucking makes more money than I do.
Of course.
Fuck yeah. Fuck this dumb. Jerry Brown's a cunt fucking. So is Sheila Baines Johnson Reed or whatever her fucking name is. This fucking three-name twat.
Yeah. She said government intervention was needed. Because, government solves everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because firms have failed to make enough effort to increase the number of women on their boards in spite of encouragement from the legislature. See, This goes back to what you and I were talking about on a conversation earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't get it through, if you can't get things happening because of people volunteering, you have to legislate it.
Yeah, you legislate it.
Yeah. So we can't make you voluntarily make things happen, so we're going to have to legislate it and make you do it.
Well, at this point in society, what is the bonus to going public?
There is none.
I mean, you could literally sell private shares of your private company to people. You don't have to fucking go public to do that, do you?
No, it's called a debenture.
Yeah, but why wouldn't people just do that now?
Well, they probably would.
I've got to think that if I was an owner of a company and I invested millions of dollars to own it, there's no fucking way am I gonna be saddled with some cunt that I don't want, because the government tells me to. I would be fucking like, fuck you. I'm done with this bullshit. I'll close the company and open another one.
Of course.
Fucking twat fuck.
This is one of the last bastions of total male domination. Mm-hmm. Those evil males.
Yeah, shut up.
The guys who put their skin in the game and made things happen.
Yeah, the ones that earned the money.
Yeah, the guys who established the company and took the chance,
right,
and made a success of the company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys who worked hard and, sacrificed everything.
Yeah. That's why you got to stay private.
Yeah. You didn't create that. You didn't make that. Remember Obama?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't make that. Who did?
Spoken like a true cunt that never did anything.
Right.
Never made anything happen.
We know that the public and business are not being well served by this level of discrimination.
Dude, can you go to the next story before my head explodes?
No, we're going to finish this one whether your head explodes or not.
All right.
Research demonstrates female representation on boards is crucial for women to advance in corporate America.
Yeah, sure.
Well, let me read that again.
Mm-hmm.
Research demonstrates female representation on boards is crucial for women to advance in corporate America.
Oh, gee, no shit. No shit. I somehow doubt that there's a lot of women advancing in the garbage removal industry either, because there's none working there. No fucking shit.
Women on boards are more likely to consider female leaders for most senior roles in companies and also select most, here's the word I hate the worst in today's day and age, diverse applicants for the actual board.
Right.
So more or less what they're saying is, well, if you don't let women on your board, they're not going to advance as women on your board.
Thanks. It's great.
That's really what it's saying. It's just like, unless they're in a position of power, they're never going to advance to positions of power.
Oh, good. Thanks. How much did that cost you? $100,000 for that study? Fucking retard.
Opponents to establishing quotas. That's the big issue right there. Establishing quotas.
Yeah, because we need more of that.
Yeah, we need to put women on our board regardless of their qualifications, just as long as they have a vagina.
Yeah, of course.
That's what quota means.
Mm-hmm.
If this woman has a vagina, she fulfills the quota. It doesn't matter what her background is, her expertise is, her contribution is. As long as she has a vagina, that's all that matters to us.
Right.
Opponents to establishing quotas for representation argue the pressure results in unqualified female members and poses the possibility of discrimination against male applicants. You mean more qualified people? Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
The California Chamber of Commerce argued the makeup of corporate boards should be decided on through internal processes rather than being directed by the government. I agree with that.
Yeah.
The chamber also argued the new measure will rank gender among other elements of diversity, such as race and ethnicity.
Well, guys, I've got the simple solution to this for any business right now. Just get yourself one of your guys on your board, offer them $20,000 a year bonus to identify as a woman.
There you go.
And then you've covered the bases. And they don't have to dress like a woman. They don't have to act like a woman. They just have to identify as one and give them a bonus for it. You know, it'd probably be worth $30,000 to the company and to the guy. Don't you think?
Of course. I mean, if they're going to play by those rules, then the quote-unquote identification rule should also apply.
Of course. This is our woman on the board, Lester.
Yeah, because he identifies as a woman.
Yeah, Lester, also known as Laverne sometimes.
Right.
You know, stupid ass bullshit.
Our
society is so fucked.
I know, I agree. Some European countries, including Norway and France, already mandate that corporate boards include women.
Mm-hmm.
The laws in Norway require a certain percentage of women on the boards, and for larger Norwegian companies, the legislation requires women constitute as much as 40% of the board.
What was it? Norway and where?
Sweden, France, Norway and France.
Norway and France? Wow, you're talking about two of the biggest global economies out there. Norway and France. Holy fuck. What are the Uzbekistanis doing?
Yeah.
Going to fucking countries that are about the size of one state of ours. Jesus, stupid.
The law which Governor Brown has just signed applies to firms which declare their principal executive offices as being located in California.
Mm-hmm.
I don't minimize the potential flaws that indeed may prove fatal to its ultimate implementation, Governor Brown wrote in a signing of the statement. Nevertheless, recent events in Washington, D.C. and beyond make it crystal clear that many are not getting the message.
Right.
I'm going to make it equal for all.
Yeah, pal.
Because I am a white knight.
Mm-hmm. Dude, at this point, and I'm not even kidding at this point, wouldn't it be better to just be a guy but just do whatever paperwork you have to do to be listed as a woman?
Yeah.
On all fronts. I'm not even kidding. I could still be Chris Aiken, but be identified on my driver's license as a fucking chick and get all kinds of benefits.
Sure.
I could fucking go and get, loans and shit for, would that be minority-owned business?
You would think.
So I could get minority-owned business because I'm a woman. Dude, I might have to look into this.
Yeah, there might be a tax break in there for you.
There might be. And just think of if the CMS has a man and a woman as the host, then nobody can bitch about it because you'll have a female host. Me. I'm up for this.
Right. And I might be able to, maybe solicit for some kind of a tax break.
Mm-hmm.
Say, hey, the CMS has minority on board as a co-host.
That's right. That's right. Making radio, the first radio show ever that was good with a female voice on it.
There you go.
That could work. So fucking bizarre.
It's just dumb.
It's horrible, man.
Dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are. It's not all about qualifications. It's not about working hard. It's not about rising through the ranks.
Mm-hmm.
It's just about, if she's female, she's good enough.
Yeah. I mean, dude, by identifying, you don't have to wear lipstick and a dress, do you?
I don't think so.
You just have to fucking
say that you believe that you're a woman.
Yeah. Piece of cake. I'm up for that. What a world we live in.
It is.